Banff for the annual Skijoring event, which is part of the Banff SnowDays Winter Festival. I've actually been trying to come to this event for the last few years, but I always had scheduling conflicts, so this is the first time I've actually been able to make it in person, and I'm so excited. If you've never heard of Skijoring before, it's basically horses and riders pulling skiers and snowboarders down a snowy course with some jumps and obstacles right through the middle of downtown, and it is so cool. In addition to the actual show, the event itself is such a vibe. Everyone's encouraged to dress up in furs and country wear, and it turns the whole town into a fashion show. The event in Banff has gotten really popular over the last few years, and this year it had the biggest turnout yet, with around 10,000 spectators coming to Banff to watch the event. That's about 20% more than the year before. And with so many people coming into this small mountain town, things got so busy. Over the 2-day event weekend, about 44,000 vehicles entered Banff National Park, which completely filled the available parking in the town of Banff. So if you're planning to come to an event in the future, it's definitely worthwhile to plan ahead for getting here. Some options that might make things easier are staying in the town of Banff overnight. A lot of the hotels have hotel parking, so that makes it a lot easier. You can carpool and park somewhere like in Canmore and take a bus into the town of Banff, which is about 20 minutes away. Or you could plan to arrive really early in the morning so that you can get parking and enjoy the town of Banff before the event happens. I stayed in Banff on the Sunday, so when I arrived, I got there early and got my hotel parking nice and early, which made it really easy to access the event after I had been able to park. If you're really keen to watch the event from a good viewpoint, you do need to come early. I came down to the course at about 11:15 a.m. to grab a spot right along the fence on the street. So if you want a good view, arriving early is definitely a must. Once you have your viewing spot, you'll want to stay there and keep it, so you have to be prepared to stand outside for several hours. I'd recommend bringing a small bag with snacks, water, definitely hand or foot warmers, especially if it's chilly out. It was a really warm day when I was there, so I didn't expect to be chilly, but standing on top of a whole bunch of snow for several hours, my feet did get a little cold, so it's definitely something to think about. As the event start time gets closer, the crowds do get pretty big and it can be difficult to see if you arrive later, but there are some alternate viewing options. If you don't want to stand outside the whole time, there are quite a few bars and restaurants that are showing a live stream of the event on their screens, so you can enjoy it that way. Or there's a couple spots in town where they have some big screens showing the live event as well. Around noon, the riders and horses started coming out to warm up and hype up the crowd. That was really fun to watch because you get to see the teams practicing before the main show and see all the horses warming up before the event. And it was really nice to have some things happening beforehand. Rather than just having to stand outside for several hours with nothing going on, we got a little bit of a pre-show with that warm up. The main event ran from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. and it was so much fun. The skiers and snowboarders being pulled behind horses at high speeds while hitting jumps and trying the most fun tricks was so wild to see in person. The event itself is the same on both Saturday and Sunday, so you don't need to come to both days of the event. You can pick and choose which one you'd like. I came to the Sunday, which was great because I heard the crowds were a little bit smaller than Saturday. Saturday was the biggest day, but Saturday also has some more events and parties happening around town in the bars and restaurants. So if you're into the nightlife and fun stuff going on, then Saturday might be a better day for you to go. One thing to keep in mind is as soon as the event ends, the bars and restaurants in town fill up really, really quickly. So if you're planning to go out for dinner afterwards, the only way you're going to get in somewhere is going to be to make a reservation ahead of time. Otherwise, I would make other dinner plans to either have a little snack and go out to dinner later, or if you're staying in town, just make dinner that night for yourself. Overall, it was such a fun experience finally getting here to see Skijoring live after trying to come for a few years now. If you're visiting Banff in the winter and you can make it here to watch the Skijoring event, it's definitely one of the most unique events you'll be able to see each year in Banff. So let me know, have you seen Skijoring live? Do you want to come to one of the Skijoring events in Banff or elsewhere? Let me know down in the comments.